What's going on, guys? So here I have some big news, okay? You guys can see right here, this is some brand new Last of Us gameplay. This is going to be like a part of the Boston level, and I'm going to walk through it with you guys. As you can see right here, it's raining. The graphics are just beautiful, and this is recorded off screen. As you can see, you hold L2 to sprint, which is very similar to Dead Space. That's exactly the same control for Dead Space. This is after they get out of the quarantine zone with Ellie. And again, this is in Boston. So it's Joel, Tess, and Ellie, and they're walking through Boston. We still don't know much about the story. We don't know where they're trying to take Ellie or what they're trying to do with her. Or like why they need to take her somewhere, but you can see that right there is very similar to Uncharted. When you like press up on the D-pad on Uncharted to focus on a specific area. And here's a little bit of the scavenging. This whole first part is a bit of the scavenging, and dude, I'm just blown away by the graphics, even recorded off screen like this. And you can see by clicking down on R on the right direction, not the right, what am I saying? On the right analog stick, you can turn on the flashlight. But I'm extremely impressed with this. You can see he picks up half of a battery. Like that battery is like half charged. Like I said, this whole first area right here is a lot of scavenging. And like I said, dude, with the graphics, it just... look at that, dude. It's mind-blowing how good this game looks. Right here you can see a corpse. It says press triangle to interact. I'm not sure what he's going to pick up off of him. I guess he's going to let him go. But here you can see, this is basically what Naughty Dog was talking about, where it's like wide linear. There's a set path that you have to take, but you can go off a little bit more. Very similar to the BioShock games. And this is another thing, There's another half-charged battery, so now you've got more power for your light, for the flashlight. Dude, look at that window with the water running down, and there's another corpse. Okay, so you press R1 to reload when you're not aiming, and you can pick up a gun by pressing one of the directional buttons. This is one of the things they were talking about in that Hush developer diary, where the infected, when they die, they'll like attach to a surface. And so Joel's breaking him off of there so he can get through the doorway. That's pretty disgusting. And this again is very similar to Uncharted opening doors and whatnot. You can see some rats going around. This world is just, they did it so well. And then he picked up, I believe those are part of scissors or something. And look, they had a symbol for scissors, and it was like a quarter filled. So, cause like with the batteries, it was half filled. Look at those graphics, dude. That's just beautiful. I believe we're gonna come up to an infected here soon. Oh, here's a lot that you can pick up. You got some bandages, another battery, and some more scissors. Obviously, you can combine some of this stuff to like make shivs and bandages to heal and whatnot. And here's another thing, similar to Uncharted, getting one of the AI teammates to help you open a door or do something else. Later on, you'll see you can have them help you climb up. And here's a bit of a cutscene. This is in game. And that right there is freaky. You got one of the clickers just jumping towards Joel, and Tess puts it down and just shoots its brains out. Now we skipped ahead just a little bit. You can see tons of soda machines and everything. This is right after the clicker attacks, and they just get right into the room after that. You miss much. You can see scavenging some more. That's really cool right there. You can see even Tess and Ellie are going around scavenging. So the AI's got to be pretty good in this game. You can see by pressing select, you can craft a med kit or whatever you want to craft. So, and it's very easily done. Yeah, all you have to do is, oh, that's pretty sweet. So basically with the crafting, you press select and you hold X to craft whatever it is you want to craft. Then you go around with the directional buttons to pick what you want, and you press R1 to craft it. And going back to now let's see what it is this. Okay, so if you pick up an object, you can have an arc by holding L1 similar to like throwing a grenade, and then you can toss it by pressing R1. And right here, the graphics again, dude, the water just looks insane. Now while they're doing some more Uncharted-like stuff with like helping others, getting boosted up to another area and whatnot, I'm gonna go back to the how the guns work and everything. And as you saw with the object, you can blind fire toss it by just pressing R1, but you can't shoot blind firing. So with a gun, you shoot by holding L1 and pressing R1, and then to reload, you don't aim like so you don't press L1 and you just press R1. Similar, like if you were to go blind fire, if you try to do that in The Last of Us, you're just gonna reload. You can't blind fire. Um, and then right here, there's another infected chasing them, and here's another cutscene in it, like in game. Yeah, those clickers are just disgusting. So here, Tess picks up something, and this is like the tutorial of like how to get past an infected. You can see, just toss it in another area and the infected will run towards it, and then you can just go around. And the infected are one kill hits, like you'll see later, or one hit kills. You'll see later on at the end of the demo. That's how Joel dies in this specific gameplay segment. The infected gets to him, and as soon as he gets him once, he's dead. So I'm not sure, because we saw in the first reveal trailer that Joel could escape it, and when he first got attacked here, you had Tess help him out. So I'm not sure if he's always going to be killed just by one hit or what. But we'll have to see with the full game how that plays out. You can see here tons of things you can pick up. Here they escape the infected. To be honest with you guys, I think it's more frightening having to deal with like tension than like outright horror. Like, I don't know, that's just me. Like, I personally think dealing with, you know, sick and twisted humans and like the tension of just trying to survive is much more frightening than like a typical horror movie or a horror game or something like that. So that's one of the reasons I'm really looking forward to this. And you can see just the scale. You can see the entire city of Boston. Boston. See right there, I was expecting to have one of those crazy set pieces where like the thing collapses or something, but apparently not. And here, similar to Uncharted, when you're on a ledge, you can like attach yourself to the wall and just ease your way around. Now here, this is where the gameplay gets to be a bit more intense. I believe you have 4 runners and 1 clicker in this area. And you'll see how this dude takes him out. And then eventually he dies from the clicker, just spoiling it, but whatever. Oh, right here you're going to see some of the listen mode. So this is pretty cool. So you can hold R2 and you can look around. And you can see any clicker that or any infected that's making any type of noise. You can see them like through walls. So that's pretty sweet. That's definitely helpful. Because this whole game is like based around sound. And this is something that I think is interesting. With the clickers, as you guys saw in the demo like a couple months ago, you can only stab them. But with the runners, you can choke them out as well. Even just the shadows, dude, there's like no aliasing it. It's beautiful. It looks so good. And like I said, this is off screen, so it's just imagine, dude, once you've got it on your TV, how crazy good it's gonna look. Now here you're gonna see in a second just how, because the game seems fairly slow paced. Look at this right here. This is when it gets really intense and the pace really picks up. It's slow but extremely fast at the same time. You're like trying to beat them up and everything. You can see you're just trying to get away at that point. And then one of the clickers comes over and you pull out the gun. Or wait, this is one of the runners. And then the clicker comes over. And see, this is what they were talking about, how with the clickers you have to shoot them in the head to kill them. This dude tries to shoot them in the chest and in the shoulder, and it does nothing. It just makes it more angry, you know? And that's something that I think is really cool, is how it cuts off right then and there. It doesn't, get too gory or anything trying to show what happens once they attack you. It just shows that Joel's attacked and it cuts off and then you restart. So that's basically that, guys. Keep it frosty.